Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to take our first look at some S.H.Figuarts. We have got the Monkey D. Luffy from the One Piece live action from Netflix. Just came out. This guy is $75. And we're going to see if SH is worth all this hype and everything. We've never actually checked out one of these on this channel before, but we've got our anime heroes Luffy here, just kind of look at next to him and stuff. And yeah, I really like the way they did this packaging. It's real nice, simple, but at the same time, it kind of feels small, lackluster, and not like you're buying an $80 figure. But, let's go ahead and pull them out, take a look. Alright, now straight out of the box, we open from the side here as such. We've got an insert that goes on the back to give you the nice blue back piece. We've got a little instruction book that pretty much just tells you everything's delicate and like how to swap out the hands and blah 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 and all these warnings about things being delicate. Then the thing that's cool here is that their heads are different face plates that you can swap around because you do get the hat head and like the fro head, and so like you can swap these faces between the two, which is interesting because we've got very similar faces on both of them. It doesn't appear that he is held in with anything, like there's none of that little weird zip tie stuff or anything like that. It looks like everything's just kind of in here. We do got this piece right there. We've got our extra hands here. We've got just different kinds of, flat palms, grip, like kind of wide grip hands, and just kind of relaxed hands. And then he comes equipped with just his fists there. Let's see if we can get a good look here without dropping everything at these heads. All right, those heads actually look really nice there. Look at that. Like, that actually looks like one of the better head sculpts I've actually seen on a figure recently. So I think that's where like a lot of the hype of the SH line comes from, is that the detail seems to be there. Like, it really appears that we've got the detail. We've got this plastic piece here too. Wonder what the deal is with that. Let's see. Are we supposed to take you off somehow? There we go. It's kind of... Alright. Okay. Interesting. He feels pretty nice. Moving around pretty nicely. You got that same kind of arm situation? You do. You've got that same kind of arm situation that we were seeing on those anime heroes. I knew that anime heroes line was going to be basically S.H.Figuarts, like on like a budget. He's holding very well, moving very smoothly, but like tightly. Like his joints stay right where you move them and everything, and like he's easy to move. This is probably some of the best articulation I've actually seen on a figure recently. This hat appears to be kind of rubbery. That's pretty nice. And like, oh dude, look at that head movement there. Like, you can see if we can get a hyper focus in on that, and you can see that you can literally move that head in like all these different ways. That's pretty cool. Gives it a lot more realism and everything. It's definitely the articulation. You are paying for the articulation, detail, and the sculpt is what I am seeing here. Just initial views here. That is an interesting leg system. Let's look at that. It looks like this is literally like a bar that goes all the way through it, and then these just kind of rotate around that. That's very interesting. But that can't be how that's done, is it? No, they're separate. I like that. I like that a lot. I don't like this right here being visible, but I like how smooth this leg is moving around and everything. This guy looks pretty good. Like, that is cool. We are watching me nerd out on checking out a new figure right now, and I'm enjoying it. Like, the only thing that I am really noticing that's standing out to me is that the extra detail on the pant leg itself versus the detailing and shading that they put on the upper part here is not lining up and matching up like with itself. So it's looking a little bit off and weird. Let's see if we can get that as close to lined up. I just don't like how it's got this big gap right here for that articulation. That's my main gripe with that leg right there. That knee joint is very interesting. I like the way that they modeled these, because if you look, this is a straight piece that's like folding up into itself. That's very nice. It gives you a very smooth. I like it. No calf twist. Our twist is literally all coming from up here. So we do have movement on that foot, and we do have a toe. So very interesting there. Yeah. I like him. I do. I actually am thoroughly impressed. I was like, oh, dude, I paid $80 for this guy. Like, you know, what's going on here? And stay. He actually is impressing me. Like, I was like on the fence even when I got him. I was like, did I really just blow $80 on this? And honestly, I feel a little bit more confident in buying more of these now. 6 inches. So he's going to be smaller than your anime heroes by a little bit. It's mainly that proportion sizing that Luffy has over top of Luffy. So, as far as those hands, let's go ahead and check out how easily these actually move. So we do still got that little ball and peg system here. And we can just swap that out, give him one of these. If you want to go on there. These are always a little bit of a trick to get on there. Okay, hey, how's it going? Very nice. I like the way that he moves and he holds himself. I think that is very awesome. I like how he's got that little kind of smiley face, and then this other head is this little serious face. Kind of looking up a little bit. Now, it said that these are face plates, and that is what we're looking at, is just that face plate. That is very nice, the way that they actually end up sculpting everything here. So let's see if we just pop that off. That comes off pretty simply, pretty nicely. And if we pop that off, and you can see that it just pegs in. There we go, there's the hole. So if we just mess about and get you in there. There you go. Get you back where you're supposed to be. I did that wrong, didn't I? Popped that in and pinned it down. Interesting. All right, now a little head swap around. And his head is now on there. A little more serious, stern look for him. I like it. I like it. Like, this guy's actually going to be fun to mess around with and play around with, and makes me definitely already excited to, like, see a few more of these. Thing that's confusing me, and maybe somebody can explain in the comments that has more experience with these guys. S.H.Figuarts, I've noticed, has, like, figures coming out at just different prices. Like, this guy was $74.99. The Zoro from the live action, I believe, is like $84.99. And so is like the Nami that they just put out too. But then, like, you know, you got like the Raiden on Nagashima, and you got like Kid and Law and all of them being like $60, $70. But then like the Luffy is $35. And like, I'm confused about how they price that point. They just announced and dropped the pre-orders for the Romance Dawn arrow for the manga characters, and they have Luffy again for $35, but then Nami's like $60, $70. Very just weird to me that there's such a gap difference. Like, this guy's so fun to play around with, and that's pretty much what we're doing here, is we're just playing around. Now, if we fully check out some of this articulation, he does not have the best at the waist. That waist is not, like, he does have a lot of bend and movement. He doesn't have a lot of twist, though, which is very interesting to me, that you don't have that twist there. Like, you're getting that, like, side to side, and you're mainly getting that, like, I don't know. It's very interesting that you don't get that much. Let's see if we can, like, get him into some kind of real sweet pose here. Make him be all like, whoa, hey, stop. If you want to stand. There you go. And give him a zoom. I like him. The biggest thing that's standing out to me on these guys as if I've seen them all, but this guy specifically, and like most of the ones I have seen, like just pictures of and everything, is that the joints all are so visible. I don't like the bald wrists. I don't like how like if there was a way to like hide those better, I would like it a little bit more. But my main issue, those like visible joints aside, the thing that like I don't like is, will you just stand up with your thin little feet? He does have thin little feet. I hate when a figure has thin little feet. They never want to stand right. Stay. This part right here. Like I pointed out earlier, it screams at me. It screams at me. It's like you just see this and you see this difference, and it's like you got pants on top of pants. It's such an odd thing. Are we gonna focus, or are you gonna be weird? You're not even gonna focus in on me. You're gonna get all blurry. You're so dumb. There we go. Let's see how that looks. Part. Just, I don't like it. I don't like that you can see this like middle area here very clearly. Outside of that, I really enjoy this guy. Like I am, like I said, like I'm convinced that these guys might be worth a little bit more money than your average like figure. You know, you got your NECAs coming out at like, let's just say $40 nowadays. You know, like the $30 to $40 price range on the NECAs. Like, I would totally pay $35 for an S.H.Figuarts. Like, I would not make S.H.Figuarts my mainline collection, because you're going to get a bad release. You know, every company has that. You're going to get a bad release here and there where it just doesn't look right, or like, you know, looks off. Like, you know, I think the Hot Toys version of this guy specifically ended up coming out looking a little Tom Holland-y, like, you know, but like, the posing that you can get this guy in is this a single? Can I not like double it up? Yeah, you don't have. Are you sure that's not? Huh. That is very interesting. I would have thought that was a double on the elbow. It's not. It is not. But you can move this around to really get that positioning that you want. I am baffled by that not being a double-ended elbow. You can't rotate it right here, which makes it a little bit annoying, because then it lowers out what you can and can't do. But this guy looks awesome. These are pretty much, I'm going to make the comparison to, again, Hot Toys, that Hot Toys are like, you know, get your figure, be all excited, set it up on your shelf in a pose, and forget about it, and it just looks pretty. These guys are where you're going to be playing around with them. Like, these are your toys that look great. I like him. Look at that. He looks happy. I feel happy. I'm not too mad about that. It's just doing better here. Do better here. That's my main takeaway with this. Thanks, guys. S.H.Figuarts, we will probably be seeing them come back around. We really might. I'm probably going to dive in a little bit and have a hyperfixation to share with you guys. Sweet. Yep, we're having fun playing around with him. I tried getting him into kind of like a Gear 2 pose, but like I said, like he doesn't have that like forward bend to really get his arm down. And then like the main other issue besides like just like the way that they built him, like you're not getting much. Getting 2 faceplates, 2 heads. You're getting the hatted head, the haired head. You're getting 2 faces, and then you're getting some arms. Or not even arms, just hands. And that's the thing. It would be so simple if you tooled his arms like you tooled his wrists. You could just pop off this, give us an extra little arm piece and everything to mimic his little stretchability. Something like that, accessory-wise, is all he needs to like really make this a great set, in my opinion. Like, getting a Luffy and not having any kind of stretchy effects like is kind of annoying. But, you know, I digress. Like, they gave us a figure. He looks great overall. I'm not too mad about this, and I think it's a great introduction for me personally into S.H.Figuarts. Like, he does look great. That head sculpt is probably like, it's definitely way better than like what you'd see on a McFarlane, what you'd see on especially like one of those Hasbros. Like, those Hasbros have got terrible face sculpts. Like, they're so minimalistic. I don't like the way they did the hair. That's a nitpick. The hair is just a standout mold hair. I will definitely be posing you with the hat, though. Because how else are you supposed to know you're Luffy without your fucking hat? You're the straw hat. Straw hat Luffy. Oh, stay. There we go. Anyway, see you guys around. Thanks for tuning in.